G'day, g'day. Hope you guys are all having a good one. I'm probably not going to edit this too much, but I've seen a new update on Gaia, and for those of you who do not know Gaia, it's a program made by, as you can see, probably top left over there. It's made by Quadspinner. It's a relatively popular, one of the more popular um, world creation software or terrain creation software. For those of you who don't know, um, I haven't been following too much in the development of uh, Gaia. I've utilized it a couple times, nothing for anything more than just the hobby stuff, testing, playing around. But it's a pretty awesome software. I have some stuff open here. I was playing around with something. This was mostly tutorial based, but um, it's pretty good. But yeah, so if I just pop open, um, for anybody interested in the tutorial, I should probably show. Um, got here guide tutorial. Not that one. This one here by Quadspinner. So their own tutorial. Anyway, so they have come out with a new update that they are moving from version 1.3 to 2.0. Um, which looks insane. So from this is by this image here is made by the amazing who was it again? Was it Andrew? Sorry, I was just trying to find it. It's made by the amazing Aaron Westwood. I'm not sure. I recall looking at this last night. For some reason, it's not. There's no reference of him here, but somewhere there's a reference that it was made by Aaron Westwood. Um, I just forgot his name. He's done some amazing stuff for World Creator as well. So when it comes to you know amazing looking terrains, he seems to be the one to ask. But yeah, so they're adding a lot of interesting stuff to this. Which I'm surprised that this got released. I think yesterday. The information, but I'm surprised that nobody else has covered this. So I figured, why not be the one? But there's some amazing looking stuff. A lot of the sort of stuff you'd be able to make in the prior version, but it seems to streamline stuff. Prior version being 1.3, but the current version really. But some stuff is new, like they're adding physics powered debris dash rocks. I'm not sure if there's anything else in that regard, but I do like the fact that they're doing that because that's some stuff that I haven't seen in some other stuff, such as World Creator, which is the main terrain-based software that I use. It's really the only one, the one that I decided to purchase instead, just due to not being more. I'm not so much of a node kind of guy, but World Creator, Gaia, they both seem pretty good. You're not going to be disappointed, assuming you. I mean, Gaia you can try for free, which I'll go over that later. But there's some amazing new stuff. This just looks amazing. They're showing off some of the new rock generators and whatnot. So improved snow, whatnot. There new rocks. Water preview looks sick. So I do like that. But yeah, so there seems to be a new erosion method that they use, which seems to be incredibly fast, like a heap faster, especially on the mountain slope. But regardless, either one of these, this is pretty damn fast. So it is a pretty big, pretty high resolution as well. So seems pretty good. Where it's side by side, so that means that you're not pretty much kicked out of one, which is something that we like to see. Um, but yeah, it looks pretty insane what you can do with it. Where it flows seems a little bit different. They do have primitives now, such as the rocks and whatnot. So I'm not sure if that's allowing you to import models as in that regard, or it generates the primitives instead. I think we'll have to find out closer to release, or unless I've misread something and they did state it. But God mode seems interesting. Hybrid. We have to look into that. I don't know too much what they mean by with God mode. You can specifically modify portions of large-scale worlds with the surroundings will interact to your changes. Separate biomes and areas can be managed independently. Infinite base terrain sounds cool though. I'm not sure if that's similar to what I was messing around. I exported my thing. Not sure if that's meant to be similar to this, where you can stamp stuff and then change the stamp, or if it's more physical based. Like here, I can mess around with this and here. So this is, you know, different software, but you can sort of play around with your stuff here. I don't know if this means stamping or if it means something. It's probably not going to be the exact same, but in World Creator you do have stuff like Sculpt Layer where you can, I don't know. I'm not actually sure. I haven't messed around with this edit. But here we've got, I don't know if this is what they mean by it. Can I add a skull? That's interesting. You'd probably want to bump up the strength of it. Or maybe they're, I don't know. I haven't actually messed around with this too much. Interesting. But yeah, I don't know if that's what they mean by it, or if it's going to be anywhat related to that, or if it's going to be a bit of different, knowing that GAEA is more of a node-based than a hands-on kind of software as World Creator is, so I'm not sure how they'll do that. Maybe it's node-based stuff, but it will remain perpetual, which is, like, in my opinion, one of the best things for 3D software, and two, I think it is like extremely nice. Okay, I don't want to be paying, you know, monthly or yearly. You do gain the pro of it generally being cheaper priced, and you gain the pro of if you're not using it, then yeah, but you are effectively putting your money in reliance to, you know, like if you buy a game, right? Sometimes you want to just play a game for a month and stop, and that makes sense, but sometimes you just want to pay the little bit extra, own it perpetual, and, you know, get full control over it. And I think generally for me that fits my wants. You know, I kind of look at it like, you know, if you could monthly pay for shoes, or you could, you know, own shoes forever, I would rather own the shoes. I don't know. I like perpetual. I think it's nicer, and it just means that you have the confidence of owning said software. As opposed to being reliant on monthly payments, and if you're out by a month, then all your production's gonna have to stop because you don't got the money. But yeah, so we'll start this Cyber Week, so November 24th. I'll probably end up picking up the software, especially considering I'll go over the pricing. Assuming they do mention somewhere that it's still same pricing. So let's see. If you own it already, you get a big discount. Even if you upgrade after GAEA 2's launch, you get to keep your GAEA 1 license and use it side by side with GAEA 2. And then there's a couple changes with GAEA 2 that will make GAEA 1's TLDR. Long story short, if you want to access any prior GAEA 1 tutorials or files, you're gonna need GAEA 1. Okay? If you're gonna be doing anything, you know, GAEA 2 related, you're gonna need GAEA 2. So if you got one, it's not bad having the other. I'm not sure if you'll be able to purchase GAEA 1 after GAEA 2 releases, so not sure. We'll have to see how that goes. But I will probably end up picking it up myself. So they answer a couple of questions. It'll be Q1 release. You still have to purchase it, but you might as well have both. If you're interested in it all, then it's pretty good to have both. I probably wouldn't purchase GAEA 1 now. I think if you're getting into the software, it's probably not worth purchasing GAEA 1, but if you are trying to access older stuff, then GAEA 1 makes sense. No increase. They think it's fine. Paid subscription, perpetual all the way. There's a couple of stuff you can sign into beta. Early access will be coming later. I don't think it will be on Mac at the moment, but they're planning on stuff in the future potentially. Here's the thing. Will it be GPU powered? Yes and no, stay tuned. That is what I am looking forward to. Now, I have a 7950X. I have a pretty beefy CPU, and, you know, running stuff is still pretty, it still can take quite the minute. I mean, if we go back out here, we try view it. We're currently building it. This is at 1K. As you can see, that's pretty quick, 2K. And this is where it starts, you know, pooping its pants. Yeah, I mean, it's taking a minute to just get started even. This could also not help the fact that I am trying to record this as well, but there we go. We're slowly going. My CPU usage is just pumping all the way up. Maybe slowing down a little bit. So, long story short, it goes all the way up in 4K though. So this is the free version, by the way. There is a free version. So, CPUs are obviously slower than GPUs, just due to the nature of, you know, the way that it works. I'm not too, you know, in the know for that sort of stuff, but in terms of you can cache stuff as it's got, you know, physical, well, it's got physical RAM, I guess. Or is it virtual RAM? Not sure, but you can cache stuff a lot better, a lot bigger memory bandwidth, and a lot more, I guess. I think there are some form of cores in GPUs, so I'm not sure about that, but TLDR is a lot faster. So if you can, then that's going to be pretty insane. I would understand if it's not completely GPU, or I think I read somewhere that it's going to be like you have a fallback of your CPU, so it's going to be GPU until maybe your GPU caps out or something goes up with your GPU, then it goes and pushes onto the CPU. So I'm not sure if that's going to be the way that's going to work, but regardless, it just seems really nice. So I guess moving on to GAEA, it's nice, or node based. It's good. I say that as I haven't purchased it myself, but I've used the free version a couple times. And from my there we go, Aaron Westwood. So probably show here that he's done a lot of insane stuff. So well, and the rest of these guys. So nice work to everybody here. But yeah. So you've got a free version. If you're wanting to check it out at least. Now, I love World Creator. Okay, World Creator is my thing. Okay, but GAEA has a community free version. Okay, World Creator doesn't, and I understand the reason for why World Creator doesn't. I think it's a smaller team, and it's definitely not been out for maybe. I don't think they've been working. I don't know if they've been working it for longer or the same amount. But I will have to say, GAEA does seem a little bit more, a little bit better, a bit more that you can do with it, but it's quite a bit more difficult as you have to understand nodes and the whole workflow of it all. So, some things, you know, are a bit better, sculpting and stuff like that, and World Creator you got a bit more hands-on control, whereas GAEA, I think you can do a lot more with it, but it's just going to take a lot longer. You have to effectively, like, cache everything each time you want to make changes, and it's a lot slower in terms of, I mean, you saw me trying to do that. I mean, if I'm going to, you know, here, if I just want to, you know, change, you know, let's just go 1K, for example, we're at, you know, 4, 2, 1, 1/2, 1/4, 1/8, you know, high precision mode, so you can go, you know, 128 by 128, it pretty much instantly loads. You can turn on no high detail preview, and it, you know, can change stuff. So it's a whole lot faster working in World Creator, but you can make some pretty insane stuff here as well. So don't, you know, check it out. It's free. You know, you are restricted to exporting. No tiled build resolution. I would assume that's just putting multiple tiles together to make one massive thing. Yeah, I mean, I personally own World Creator, which allows you to do, as I showed before, massive, you know, up to yeah, the size, which you're never gonna do. You're never gonna have the resolution for this, but it exists. I don't know if this is gonna even work here. The high detailed mode on camera, so I'm not sure if this is gonna. Oh, there you go. So it's a little bit big, but you know, you can at least have a really high quality thing with some stuff in the background. But maybe I think on export it would export this all at a much higher resolution, but that only shows me like a portion of it. So I think that's the way that it works. I've never actually tried because look at the fucking resolution here. It's insane. Yeah, but yeah, there's a couple of downsides. Adaptive meshes you lose even on indie, but indie being 99 USD, all perpetual, of course. Um, Personally, for me, when I end up picking up the software, if I end up doing, which I think at this point there's probably high chance, I would pick up the indie one myself, as I only really require 4K by 4K, so 8K in total. I think. Oh no, that wouldn't be. Would it? I don't know. I'm not gonna do math, but um, it'd be 16K, wouldn't it? Not sure. It's still massive, regardless. Um, so yeah, I just want to say that it looks pretty insane. Nobody else has covered it, so I thought I'd cover it myself. You do have more stuff coming with Django Fix with its own GeoGen, which is also releasing very soon. We're getting a little inside look into, oh, this isn't, you know, the viewport, so you're not actually at the moment getting foliage from what I understand. I don't think that's going to be straight up being added, but this is from Unreal Engine, or imported into Unreal Engine, as you can note by the UI over here. 5, of course. But they're doing testing. There's a couple people I've mentioned who are testing so far. So testing's gone on since I think the 26th I mentioned last time I was streaming, if anybody pops into my streams. But yeah, so it's going to be available from what I understand before Black Friday. So on or before Black Friday, I can't remember what they stated. They're testing it to limited alpha test, which they did by the 26th, I noticed, which wasn't too bad. Then they'll release an official alpha for suite owners, and then after Black Friday. So, okay, I'm not sure if it's any point after Black Friday or at a specific time after Black Friday. It'll be purchasable. So, I'm expecting later this month to be able to gain access to it via official alpha as I get Imogen. I own the suite. Different software that's volumetric stuff. But yeah, it looks pretty insane from what we've seen so far. So nowhere near as good as World Creator and GAEA. They offer it slightly different. You know, it's slightly different in terms of what you can do with it. That's GeoGen's same as GAEA in terms of node based, but it's a bit different in the sense of it's not restricted to you know, terrains. But there is planet generation, which I gimme, you know. So but yeah, you can do a bit more stuff in terms of it's a bit like GAEA with a little bit of Substance Designer. So it won't replace Substance Designer, but you will be able to create something similar to Substance Designer in terms of like textures and stuff like that. So we'll be interested to see GeoGen. I'll be letting you guys know pretty much as soon as it comes out, and maybe giving my own thoughts and stuff as soon as I gain access to it. But for the time being, World Creator works amazing for me. GAEA works pretty amazing for me as well. I don't use GAEA too much, but I just want to, you know, let you guys know it's if you guys are interested in terrains, get GAEA, okay? Get GAEA for free. If you like it, get the indie. If you're willing to try out, if you like it, but you're not really liking, you want a little bit more control over some stuff in the smaller sections, and you want, bear in mind this is all apart from the foliage, made in, World Creator as well, so they're very good, very capable software. It costs a bit more. Casual costs, is closer to the. It's a little bit weird pricing. It's closer to the professional kind. You do gain a bit of stuff. There's some things that World Creator Casual gives you that is better, but you do only get the maximum export of 4K by 4K, which is realistically closer to the indie. So I don't know if some people say it's better or worse. You do gain access to, a heap of bridges. GAEA 2 will come with a bridge to Unreal Engine, they stated, but this doesn't come with any bridges. So at the moment, so it's kind of, it depends on what you want. Some things are better, some things are worse. You do gain offline use, stuff like that, so a little bit nicer. I understand why they don't offer free, which is because oh right, offline licenses compared to offline use. But you're limited to 1 meter precision. Oh right. Oh yeah, so that just means that physically you're only able to see 1 meter when building. But on export, you'd be able to gain access to 4K on export, which is interesting. So I haven't really looked at this myself. I have a professional license because there wasn't casual when I purchased it, and personally I would just go professional at that point. But once again, it's kind of like, it's pretty good value. $99 US. That's like buying, if a new game at that price. So a bit more expensive than a new game, but you can have fun. You can make stuff with it. It's worth it. So yeah, sorry the long video. But yeah, hope it interests you. Hope it was something interesting. I seem to be the only person who's actually made something based off of this. So I don't know if it's a small market, but to me it seemed interesting. And I'd like to see your takes. If you like this video, let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe if you want to see content that I don't know. Okay, dude, I do games. I stream, I make stuff, I do game dev. I'm a little bit all over the place, so I don't know. Maybe you want to subscribe, maybe you don't want to subscribe. Up to you. But yeah. Let me know in the comments if GAEA interests you, or World Creator, or I want to make this more towards GAEA 2 and the release of that, but I also want to let you guys know of the pricing, the other programs that are similar to it. Obviously you got Houdini, which is just better again. It's probably your best option if you want, fully professional kind of level. So I mean, this is all professional, right? Like, full on stuff. I think they said Bethesda was using. I somewhere in here. In Elder Scrolls Online, I think. I don't know. There's some pretty insane stuff done. So it's pretty big, pretty good software. So you're not gonna, yeah, there we go. The High Isles, I think it is. Yeah, High Isle. So you're not going to be disappointed with any version. I just wanted to show that there are other ones if anybody is interested. I don't want to make this explicitly. I want to make this more of a video on terrains in general, but this is primarily about GAEA 2. So, yeah, thank you guys all for watching. I hope it's been informative. I hope you learnt something. If it interests you, just let me know, and I hope, you have a good one, and I guess, yeah, see you.